So some practical things I want to start with. Hello, everybody. Um, there will be a meeting in Sacramento very soon. So I think the only one I mentioned that will be 1 till 3. Oh, I forgot my paper. 1 till 3 December, and it will be Sacramento, California, in the United States. So if you can go there, it will be nice. And there's also a that I thought to mention. He's getting my paper. That I don't forget anything. Okay, thank you. There's a possibility, if you want to have a one-to-one. Maybe it's not right on the website, but there's also always a possibility to do a private meeting with me, and then you can write me an email, and then we set a date. So I think that's it. The other meetings are on the website. That will be next year. There's only one. There's only one. We are so used to live in the world of two and seeing yourself and other people and me and the world and me and circumstances, and everybody seems to happen to you. And there's hearing, then there's only one. There's no center. There's never has been a center somewhere. It's one. It's all energy, different energy. It seems like different forms. It's not even a form. Everything is an appearance. So it's energetic. It's a chair is chairing, and it's only life. It's aliveness. That's everything. So there's no difference between anything. It's all one. So there can be feelings, there can be chairs, there can be bodies, there can be tables. It's one, it's the same. When there are feelings, it seems like when there are people, and like I'm here and you are there, feelings are very important, pain and emotions. It seems they happen to you or in you. And your feelings, your pain, nothing is yours. There's no you. It's not even there's no you. It's an appearance. So it's happening somewhere in space. The body is also an appearance. So there's nothing happening in the body. It's somewhere in space, you could say. There can be feelings. It's energy. There can be chairs. That's energy. And there's no importance. Nothing is more important than anything else. When there's me, and I'm here and I'm the center, then everything seems to happen to you. You're the center of the universe, of everything what's happening. And then everything becomes important and have meaning, because it's important. There seems to be a loss. There seems to be gone something wrong, and maybe you have to make something right. Or there's a feeling like I'm not good enough. There's a dissatisfaction that can be like, it's not enough. That it's not enough. So it's different for everybody, but there's something like that. And it seems like there's a huge drive to make it right. And me seems to be the one who's on the top, who's the leader of that whole system to make it right. And seems then also to have free will and choice. It's a construct. It's a construct of the abstract brain that can happen. But there's only this. Tables. Very simple and ordinary. Very simple and ordinary. Nothing is special. When they're saying there's no me anymore, it seems to be a little bit special. But there never was a me. So nothing happened. Nothing happened. When there's me, and there's me in the story, there seems to be a story in time, distance, me and over there. We can abstract everything. So there's here and there, there's before and there's after, there's inside, there's outside, behind. Little children don't see behind. When you're hiding behind this chair, you're not there. You don't exist anymore. That's how it is. And we can assume that still people are there, and the brain can still abstract. But it doesn't mean it's like that. It's an assumption. It's an idea about what's going on. There's only this. And this is very tiny. It's sitting. So when there's a loss of a lot of concepts and beliefs that can happen, like, oh yeah, there's a lot of concepts and beliefs, and oh, there's suddenly seen it's not like that. What's left is this. But this is not very special and not very strong or like a state of love or freedom. It's sitting. So it's easily overlooked. Just sitting or walking or a chair. It's very tiny and normal and simple. And the funny thing is, when everything is lost, then it's suddenly life is joy. It's like that, like little babies. There's something about them. You have to look at it. There's an aliveness about that. Life is like that. And when there's an abstraction of everything, then the focus is on that, and it's overlooked. It's that aliveness, which is everything. It's not seen like that, and it's looking for something, and it's not something. It's everything. It's everything already. How the face is looking, what colors there are, what words come out, the thoughts that happen. It's everything. They don't have any meaning. It's that. They can be thoughts. I don't get it. That's a thought. That doesn't have any meaning or truth in it, but those thoughts can happen. And then there's drinking coffee. It's that simple. So we can talk about that, and we can talk in the story, or maybe there are questions wanting to share. Oh, there's silence can be there. We'll see what happens. If you want to say something, you can unmute yourself. Or maybe if you want to, you can also use the chat to type something. It can be the wind. It's not saying it's my wind. And it can be feeling, and then they're saying it's my feeling. It's the same, the wind or the feelings. It's the same. It's a different, of course, but yeah. It can be nice also to listen to this message and hearing things and maybe trying to understand or just listen to that. But it's already the sitting. That's it. When there's silence, there's only sitting or drinking coffee. It's already that. That's what we're talking about. It's very simple and ordinary. And this meeting is going nowhere. It doesn't have any meaning. And we're used to be busy with all things like, oh, what I'm gonna do. What is this day? Oh, I'm just sitting here. I should be going outside. Or there's always something going on, like I should do this, or maybe that's better. Or what's being busy with problems that can be like a doing. And when there's coming to this meeting, so all that doing is not confirmed, you could say. Like there's nothing going on about that. So then that whole busyness, being busy with anything, what's the normal way of trying to find or trying to solve or how to do that, or I'm not good enough, and then being in an emotion and being trying to feel and all that. And then there's going in these meetings and then there's nothing going on. It's not seeing like something special or to be focused on. So it's can be a little bit like, oh, there's nothing happening. Oh, that's boring, or something like that. Or they can be impatient, like, yeah, what's going on here? Or boring, boredom. And then suddenly it's like, oh, but it's just this. It's so tiny and small. And there's maybe an expectation about feeling more freedom. Or when there's coming these meetings, it's about freedom or unconditional love. And maybe I have something like an idea, about, an image about what's that like. And it's already what's going on. But it's so tiny and small and ordinary Normally it's overlooked and it's not seen like, yeah, oh, then it's sitting, yeah, and then. But it's the sitting. It's that tiny. It's not special at all. Not a state of freedom. It's this. Sit, sitting, looking, a chair. Without any meaning, without importance, without going anywhere. It's just this. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It's everything. It can be sitting. And normally when there's maybe sitting, there can be a lot of thoughts about what's going on and interpretations about what you're doing or not doing. It's sitting, watching television. And when there's living in the world, it seems like everything is real and solid. So I'm real and you're real and the world is real. And then it becomes important what circumstances are really happening. And a lot of ideas about what should be done in the world, what should be done for you, what to be healthy, to be happy, what in a relationship, with work, with money, with all that. A lot of things going on. So there's always being busy. There seems to be busy and drive to make it right, or to do the right thing, or to make myself comfortable. But it's an interpretation and the whole thing about there was just walking. And in the walking there was being busy. Yeah, that's really good. That's walking, yeah. That's it. There's nothing special or meaningful. It's what it is. Trees, feelings, streets. Hi, Rose. So no one can get this, understand this, know this, or share this message. No, there is no one. So how can I get it or understand it? It's empty. This seems like a real body. We assume there's a center because we feel somewhere, or I have an idea that somewhere inside there's someone. When there's someone, there's always a trying, because when there's someone, there's a feeling like there's a separation, like I'm here and you are there and the world is there. And there seems something not satisfying. There seems to be still something is needed or has to happen or can happen. So maybe that's understanding or knowing, or when there seems to be a clarity, and there's still me going on, then there's a need, there's a wanting to share, because it's so, it's so, this is so clear, and it's so, everybody should know this. There's a need to help or something like that, because they're still seeing people and they're struggling in their life. There seems to be like that. There's no help. There's no need for help because there's no one struggling. There can be thoughts, and there can be someone saying, I need help because this is so awful and I can't stand, or something like that. Nothing is real. It's an appearance. So there's assuming that there's someone inside and there's a need for help or do something about it. It's it's everything. It's energy. It's energetic. So there are no individuals. So understanding can be there, but that's understanding. And there can also be drinking a glass of wine. Nothing helps because there's no need for help. But it's already what's going on. There's no need to share this. There can be sharing. There's no need to do that. It's meaningless. It's meaningless. It's already the hand. It's this. The sitting or a feeling. It can be a feeling of feeling more like that. That can be. Yeah. And it seems to be because they're giving meetings and all that. She's wanting to share this because now she's no me anymore or something like that. It's not like that. It's so when we're in that it's, I'm not saying you are like that, but when there's in that I'm here and you are there, then they're seeing everything in that color. So there's assuming that when there's somebody giving meetings, there's wanting to share, something like that. There's no wanting to share here. It's suddenly like, oh, there's a meeting, and then there's opening the computer, and then there's talking. It's going nowhere. Words are not important. It's not even in the words. It can be making it more clear. But yeah, that doesn't matter. It's not about being clear. It's a cup of coffee. It's that already. It's already that. It's already what's going on. So there's no need to share or to understand or to do something, because that talking is it. It can't be not it. It's everything. And you don't need to get it or to understand it, because it's the sitting. You can't, it's not even, it's impossible to get it. You could say that because there's no one. And it's that energy, like all those thoughts maybe, then those thoughts are happening. That's it. It's so close. It's closer than close. It's already. It's not in the also these meetings are not in the words. It can be in the words that can be being clear. It makes it maybe more clear, can be, or not. But it's underneath that. There's something going on. There's nothing right or wrong. There's no one. There's nothing going on like getting an answer. So all those doings, like trying to get it or try to, it's not answered. So it's left with nothing. It's not even a message. Can't, yeah. So no message and no answer. What is a question? It's a good. That's a good question. A question that can be trying to. Yeah, there can be something. I don't know. It can be talking like I want to know, or what is that, or this is going on. I don't get it, or and then that's the normal way. We try to find out to work it out, to get somewhere, to know, to understand maybe, or to what's going on, something like that. And then there's no answer. So I left with nothing. And then it sometimes it seems like, yeah, hello. But the nothing, is it? It's just it's nothing. When there can be a losing of all those concepts, those ideas about what's right or what's happening, what's important, what's meaning, time, all those constructs can lose their importance. And then there's nothing left. And then suddenly, what it's everything. It's everything. There's no need to know. What is there to know to move the hand or a glass? It's just that, eating cheese. That's already what's going on. So but when there's me and I'm here and I'm living in the world, or I have relations or no money or something going on in the story, then there seems to be trouble or problems or not understanding how it's going and trying to work it out or do something about it. And then we are used to work it out, to think about it or to feel it or things like that. There seems to be solutions or a way of dealing with it. And it's always in the story because it's assumed I'm here, you are there, the world is there, how to deal with this. And then there's this talking. It has nothing to do with that. Hey, that's complete another possibility. But it's a possibility you can't get. Maybe there can be an understanding, but it's in a way it's superficial because it's not about understanding. So it's out of that normal way of trying to find out and to deal how to deal with that. has nothing to do with dealing with anything, because it's saying there's no one. There's no center. And it can be a saying, yeah, there's no one in here, there's no one. No, it's not in here. Everything is lost. So there's also no Rose. The Rose is lost. There's no life of Rose. No. There's not a body. This is that. There's a face looking. Look, you see a face there. That's everything. There's no life of Rose. That's a dream and an idea about how it's going on, because we like continuation. That I'm here, and I want to feel that there's a continuation, because then I exist. When there are falling gaps, that's frightening, because then it's not sure. And that continuation gives some safety and feeling secure, and I'm there. And this message, not recognizing that, and this talking message, and it's like, no, there's no one. Nothing is real. There's nothing happening. There's no one existing. There's no Rose. Or somebody else. It's energy, that front table. No before, no after, but also no inside, no outside. It's all part of the dream, part of the world of me, I'm here and there, because it's abstracting what's going on. This is really very literally, like little children. And there are so many ideas about how to behave in a certain way. Doesn't matter. It's not that then it should be natural again. It's what's going on. There can be, how do you say that, patterns. There seem to be patterns. That seems to be like that. Yeah, so what? Then that's what's happening. Yeah, so what? It's already that. Doesn't matter what it is. That's amazing. It's everything. Wow, it can't be not it. It's just doing like this, sitting like this. Yeah, then they're sitting like this. Yeah, so what? There's no one doing that. It's what's happening. It's energetic. And there's also busy with trying to make my life work. There's no my life. It's happening by itself, one way or the other. It's like that. It has nothing to do with you. There is no you. There's no center that it's happening to. It's just that. And it's an appearance. It's going nowhere. It is. Mm. There's a chat. There seems to be a little drive to do anything. Of course, things get done. There's not much talking to friends. This may be meaningless, but could you please say something about that? When there's suddenly there's me going on, then there's a looking into what's going on here, and then there's seeing, there's a little drive to do. Yeah, so what? Then that's what's going on. We're so into when there's me, there's can be an awareness of what's going on here. And when there's an awareness, there's always a dividing in this: is this right or is this wrong? It should be more no drive at all, something like that. It's calling it a drive. There's no, in that sense, there's no drive. That's only in the story, talking in the story, and there seems to be a drive to make it right. In the same time, like going, it's going. Yeah, so what? Then that's what's happening. There's nothing right or wrong with that or anything. But when there's a looking into it, there seems to be, oh, it should be no drive anymore. Then there's no me, something like that. It can be so that me, or that looking at what is me, it can be so clever, and when it can be more, how do we say, more subtle. It doesn't matter what's happening. When there seems to be a drive to do anything, that's it's not a drive to do anything. It's just what's happening, and that can be like a feeling of, and there's that feeling, and then going on, and maybe there's looking into it or seeing it. Then they're seeing it. So what? Doesn't need to be no drive at all. It doesn't matter. It's everything. It make it, when there's talking about there seems to be a drive, then there seems to be a subtle something wrong, or not really that. It's just what's going on. There's nothing right or nothing wrong. It's what it is. So that can be impatient, like feeling impatient. It's already a story, calling it something impatient. Not that you are that, but it's like that. Can be there. Yeah, can be there. Just hurry, just go away, because yeah, can be there. Yeah, that seems to miss the train, so you have to go. Yeah, that can happen too. Yeah, there can be anything in that sense. It's very normal. So that it's not that there's something not there anymore. Some people say that there's no anger anymore, or maybe there's no drive anymore. What is a drive? That's talking in the story, explaining things that seems to be really going on. But at the same time, it's just talking and making a story and talking in the story. And those words are meaningless. So in the same times, there can be an understanding of what's going on, but it's meaningless. It's everything. So there can be like that. And there's no one doing that. And it appears. So there's just that, and then it's something else. There's no continuation. So there's no person having a drive. There can be, and then already there's a glass of tea. So nothing happens. That's new. That there can be that. It's energetic. It's not about an individual or me, Rose, like say Rose, having a drive or having no drive. There's no Rose. So there can be that. Then there's that. Yeah. So what? It's not important. Nothing is important. That's crazy because you're so into this is better than that or more important. No, there's nothing wrong and right. And that's huge because they're so subtle. Can be like, oh, but there's still this going on. So what? That's life. Life is everything. Life is everything. Can be anything. That's the freedom, that it's not something and then not that anymore. That's the freedom. It's everything. So it can be all kind of ways. It's empty. Everything is empty. When there's not talking to friends, yeah, and they're sitting. There's so many ideas about what's a way of dealing with things or how to live your life or something like that. Should be being more active or being more social or not watching television all day or not eating chocolate. That's the worst for me. No. But it's like it's everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It's that. Eating a lot, then there's eating a lot. Yeah. I don't know. There's no one. So the body isn't real. It's everything. And it's so how do you say, so convincing that the body is real, that there's maybe no one in it, but that is the life, or not my life, but the life, or talking like that. Nothing is happening. So there can't be something right or wrong. It's impossible. Oh. Oh. I have to. Why? We have to. One moment. Oh no, it's already done. Okay. There's another chat. There seems to be certain behavioral traits here where are not very pleasant. Yeah, especially toward other people. Yeah, can be. I have tried all different types of therapy to change, and yet I can't. There has been the hope here that if me drops away, so will be these threats. Yeah, but maybe that's missing the point. Just wondered what your response might be. Yeah, there can be certain behavior, and seeing that as wrong because other people don't like it, or all kind of ways, or you should be more nice, or I don't know what. That's part of that me thinking that there's something wrong. So there's an endless going on. There's an endless going on. Like there's something wrong, and I should change that. There's nothing wrong with anything. There can be behavior in a certain way. It's not wrong or right. It's what's happening. This is not about being social or anything. So it's about there's nothing wrong. And that's crazy because in the world there's some certain behavior. It's not seen as right, of course. Being angry. It can be being angry. Yeah. Or people say, yeah, you hurt me. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with anything. It's what it is. And trying to change it, it's like, it's a story, but it's like there's certain feelings maybe, and they do something and they're saying that, and then It's like when there's a looking at it and seeing like I am that person and I have that behavior. There's that awareness looking at it, and when there's an awareness, there's always a divider. It's right or wrong. That's the misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding that there's something right or something wrong. And you can't do it differently. You can't say, "Oh, now this is okay." That's the same story because then it's making it right. It's what it is. So there's no escape when that behavior is going on, and trying to do something about it is going on. And that's what's happening. It's not saying like, oh, you don't have to do anything with it anymore. No, you can't. When they're seeing it as not right, then they're seeing it as not right. This is energetic. There's nothing to do with what is the right way. But there's nothing wrong with anything. Only hearing that's already like, oh, wow, because there's such a concept, a belief about this is the right way, this is not right, something like that. Because there's living in the storing and with other people. There are no other people. There's also no you. It's what's happening. Doesn't make it right, or I'm not saying that. It's what it is. Can be paid. Yeah, can be paid. Not because of anything. Nothing is because of anything. That's also something like that. When there's me, there's living in the story. So there seems to be time. So there's before and after and consequences. And whether you do that, I feel raw, I feel awful, something like that. No, there's no this and then that. And because of this, I feel that and all that. That's complication. That's complication. It's one. So there can be. I don't know if that's the case, but okay, then that's can be there. Anger, maybe, and then that's it. There's no before. There's nothing wrong or right. That's amazing. That's what it is, and it's not yours. It's not yours. It's energetic. It's life going on in a certain way. There are no individuals. It's one soup. It seems like different because we sing like all different bodies, and we see somebody in it, and then somebody is hurt or something. There's nothing happening, and you can't do anything with this. It has nothing to do with understanding or then dealing in a different way with the situation. There's no dealing. There's what's going on. So there's no one to change. There's no one to do anything with it. There's no one. And it can be suddenly that a dropping of some concepts or beliefs. It can be like that. It's just not there anymore. But there's no one doing that. Ah, there's another one. Oh, God. Informations are passed on generations to generations. I have my father's nose genetics, so apparently karma theory works, at least in a limited way in people's life. I see me has to be there for all these happenings. Could you say something about it, please? It's a story. It's a story that there's time. When there's me, there's living in time. So there's seeing generations, and then there are a lot of ideas about how things happen and why and all that. There's a lot of understanding and knowing and information about how things going on and theories about genetics and all that. are no individuals. There are no individuals. There's no me. There's no you. There's nothing inside. It's empty. There are no centers. There can be a body, but it's only the front, maybe what you see, or the back, or it's that. That's everything. And the brain, it's so capable of filling in all the gaps that seems like, oh, you're seeing the bed and you assume it's a whole person with somebody, with somebody in it, having a life, having a father and mother and all that. It's a whole assuming a whole story for that. And that's so normal, so it seems so the truth or how it is. This is really literally that what is. What's seen, what's felt, what's smelled. Only that, without any meaning, without any importance. It's just a feeling. Like it's childlikeness. It's like little children. No abstraction. That doesn't mean the brain cannot abstract anymore. It still goes on, but it's empty. So there are no generations. Can be in the story. Yeah. There are no people's life. There's only life happening. Without individuals, it's completely out of the story, this. There's no Rose, let's say about here, there's no Rose. There's no life of Rose or from anybody else. There's no beginning or end. There's only what is. A hand, this chair. There's no meaning for anything. It can be pain. It's not my pain, it's pain somewhere. It's not even in the body. That's so strong. Because when there's me, everything is seen as real. When everything is seen as real, then the whole story starts. Because then there's me, and that can be abstracting like, oh, there's you, and because of me, because of what I'm saying, you're feeling not nice. Oh, I did something wrong. Trying to make it right. That's huge. That trying to make it right is underneath everything. When there's me, when there's you, the whole and everything is real and solid, living in time and distance and all that. Then there's the story, then there are the problems and the suffering starts. Because there's underneath, it's ever always something going on, like I'm not good enough, I'm not right, I should have done something else, or you are not right, you should have done something else. This is not good, what's happening to the world. Oh, it's endless. It's always about right and wrong, or good or evil. There's no right and wrong. It's a construct of all living in time and feeling I'm someone. There's only what is for no one. Mm. There's no need for me to be there. that's that's me likes that. When there's that whole construct, it feels like I'm important because I have to do the right thing, and when I'm not there, then maybe everything goes wrong. That's the story of me. And losing control, that's what this is about also, that the feeling that, oh, I'm losing control. And then there's this saying, no, there never was control. There never was control. There never was a me. It's not, there's no free will or choice. There never has been that. Life is just going like that. It's not real. It's an appearance. So there's nothing happening. It's completely out of the story, this. There's no one. So there's no free will or choice. There's no control. There never has been control. That's so important when there's me. There seems to be, I'm here and this is my life and this is really important. And when it's going that way, it seems like really, yeah, that's going and I'm doing the right thing. And then suddenly it goes something else. And it's like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? He doesn't like me anymore. Oh my God, all that. Why? It's always why. There's no why. It's what it is for no reason. So there are no answers here. No, there are no need for answers because it's this. What is there to say about that? Glass of juice. Yeah, that's it. It's that simple. This is about the loss of all those ideas and beliefs about I'm something, I have to deal with everything and all that. There's nothing left, not even Rose. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Everything goes on. The story seems to go on, but it's empty. So nothing matters. And suddenly there's a joy because that life is joy. Life is that, not Rose or something. It's life. Look at really little children. It's aliveness. All that. The strange thing is that I remember there was so much into control and trying to control and all that because when I don't do that, oh, everything goes wrong. I had that very strongly. And then suddenly it was like, and then it was lost. It was like, oh my God. And then, oh, there's no change. Oh, I'm not that important as I thought. Oh, something like that. There's nothing going on. When everything is lost, it's like that, and that's it. Oh, oh, it's already. Oh, there's no Rose. Yeah. So what? There's no change in that sense. No, there was already no Rose, so nothing is lost. It's very easy. I'm in a situation, unplanned pregnancy. I feel helpless. Since I need to come to a seemingly existential decision, abortion or not, within a short amount of time. I don't have a question, to be honest, just a sharing, because you said we can talk about anything. Of course. There can be a situation which is not planned in anything, of course. And then there's feeling I have to make a decision. And that can be very strong because you think like, oh my God, I have to make the right decision and not feel sorry about what's going on and anything. You don't know. And decisions are being made. It's what's happening. But it's in certain situations, it seems so important to do the right thing. And there's somewhere it's going on, and then that it's energetic, so it's going in that way. It's not about you. There's no you who is pregnant. It's so straight. And there's also no one inside. How can you say that? A baby, or no, that's not even a baby. But that there's it's energetic. There's only its energy, and it's an appearance. And there's no one deciding. So it's going that way or that way. And life doesn't see you. It's what's happening. So there's nothing going right or wrong. In that sense, everything is unplanned. And it's that. And then it's going that way. And it's not about doing the right thing or maybe doing something you regret. Regret is also something that looking at it, looking back and thinking, oh, I did something wrong. Maybe there are feelings. There can be feelings. Then those feelings happen. But they are not yours. So there can be feelings. Then that's it. It's everything. So there can be feelings, there can be a lot of thoughts. It's energetic. And what's in situations, what seems to be being done, that's what's happening. There's no right or wrong in that too. There can't be. It's what's happening. It's not happening to you, it's what's happening. It's not an existential, it can feel like it's really important I make the right decision, all that. There are no decisions. It's going that way or that. Just going to end it or not. There's no beginning and there's no end. It's strange to hear. It's what is. That's it. So there's walking. And it's what is. So it seems like, yeah, but I have to make, yeah, you can say all that, but I have to make that decision and it's very important. Still, I'm saying that there's nothing more important than anything else. It's what is, and it's very tiny and simple and close. It's sitting or going or walking. Sorry. That's it. There's no before and there's no after. There's also no future. We are so living in time, and there was a before and there's a future, and what will I do when all that, of course. A lot of thoughts about that. There's no future. There's only this. It's very literally this. A feeling, thoughts, a chair. It's not about you. Life is not about you or children or other children. There's only what is. There can be a child walking in, there can be that, but it's never yours. It's not yours. And there's no one also there in the child or in that body. It's what's happening. And when there's this room, there's only this room. There are no children, no parents. There's this. That's everything. That's everything. It's that. There's no outside. There are no parents, no children. It's table. And it's an appearance. There's nothing real. It's an appearance of energy, which seems to be solid and real. But it's an appearance of this is going on. No outside. There's only this. Nothing is real. It's an appearance. Full energy going. No individuals in that. No decisions. No. It's an appearance of all kinds of energies. Bodies, feelings, streets, computer, hearing words, feeling, maybe, somewhere. It's everything. It's everything. There can't be something right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. It's what it is. It's unconditional love already. And it's everything. It's unconditional love. There's no right. There's no wrong. It can't be that. That's the unconditional part. It's everything. So anywhere where it's going, then that's it. That's what's unconditional love. It's life. Come on, it's like that. It's in this computer, and that's what's happening. It's right or wrong. That's the story of me is always about right and wrong. There's nothing going on. It's this. It's already this. There's no one seeing this. There can be a seeing or a looking at it. And that's what's happening. It's not wrong. When there's awareness and looking at it, then that's what's happening. There's nothing wrong or right. It's what it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank